Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew. Hey, whoa, whoa, yeah, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself, 'cause everything will right itself. Oh, yeah, well, life's a stream, and so you gotta head ahead and follow your dream. I am so glad you had a dream. I'm just gonna stop right now, because I'm only singing about following your dream, and you, Kelly, had a dream, which was to bring a Wananga back to your marae. Can you please, I'm gonna stop singing. Please tell us what a Wananga is.
A Wananga for me is a gathering of people. A Wananga for me speaks to me about who I am, where I'm from, and what my purpose in life is. A Wananga for me is about the continuation of honouring a legacy in terms of whakairo, tuku, ko whaiwhai, economic progression for our people. It's about sharing the knowledge at the most highest level. Today we looked at a proverb and that Dad used to say, he toi whakairo, he mana tangata. Where there is artistic excellence, there is human dignity. And so to everybody out there, welcome to Rākai Roa. Welcome to my home, our whenua, the place that I was born and from. You know, it's so very humbling to me to be standing here with Laura, because I just thank you, Laura, you know, for coming under the invitation that we asked Laura to be here and just to be with us at Wananga. And so we've had a collective of people, a diverse range of cultural people here from all over, but within our community we've had people from France, from where else, Laura? America, Canada, Ireland, our Māori people. We're discussing here this afternoon about how we're just all together and all being as one. So yeah, thank you for that. And so I'm going to walk you through a process of inviting you into the meeting house and just giving an overview of what our meeting house means to us. Our Rākai Roa, our eponymous ancestors, who has a head, who has outstretched arms, who has the matapihi, the eye and the opening here. And when we enter into the house, we enter into the womb of our ancestors. So no mai, haere mai.
Wow. Now, yes, here we are.
Okay, so when we're standing here, we're in a state of te ao marama, the world of enlightenment. And as we move through, if we could look at a wharenui as being who we are, and everything that I have and possess, this is the embodiment of our people who have the backbone of our house, the tahuhu, the ko whaiwhai. I'm going to let our camera person just go around and just show you the beauty and the wonder. And this is what Wananga means to us here. This is what Wananga is. It's about our people connecting and having relationships and the interrelationships with all cultures from all diversity. I'm just overwhelmed at everybody that was here from Te Wananga or Aotearoa, our carvers that came to be instructed under Eric Korewha, our Harakeke for Beginners program, which was instructed by Ada Raharohi, our beautiful painting wānanga that we had was Richard Crisp, who is amazing, our, what other?
Hazel.
Kete Whakairo program with Hazel Grace. And so it's just been an honour and a privilege to be acknowledging the high levels of expertise within our whānau and their sharing and their giving over of knowledge, the laughter that we've had. You know, everybody is a teacher and everybody brings a form of experience or life experience that they share. This is what Wananga means to me. So I won't give you an overview of the tuku and its symbolism, but as you can see, the kōwhaiwhai is the ribs of the house, down to our pou, and down to our tuku, and then to us as individuals and how we connect. Whakapapa in the beginnings of our law, the laws of rangi and papa, the laws of tangaroa, and the laws of taonga and exchange. I mean, this is what we're looking at, is all our ecological systems within our faunal life here in Haratainga, and how we have to work in and interact with our nature. So it's an absolute privilege. Every time I come here, I love being in our whare tipuna. So welcome everybody who listens to the Laura Shepherd Show. We're here to support Laura. She's been amongst our community. She brings so much vibrance. She brings so much positivity. She brings her experiences and her cultural knowledge to us here. And we've learnt about other cultures ourselves. And so to everybody who I may have missed out, but I'm acknowledging you right now in this moment. It was a defining weekend because of our political arena. Our Māori people come out and voted. I went 2 ticks Māori. We had conversations here. Our rangatahi here over the weekend went and voted. They had a polling booth down at our kura kaupapa. To my whānau who stood and did our pōwhiri, to my whanaunga Miriana Maika, I absolutely love you. To my Auntie Peg, to my Auntie Sally, my whanaunga that are supporting me here with our kaupapa. All we can do is live, learn and grow, and that's what Wananga means to me. It's the gathering together of everybody's knowledge in the highest way and the humblest ways that we can.
Kelly.
So
Let me say something now. This is a mutual admiration society because Kelly has arranged this learning for us all. She invited strangers off the street to come, that the Lord presented to you to invite.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work pulling this thing together. And Kelly has to push her family to help her and get somebody to do this. And that's a really hard job. And that's what I was saying about this is your dream, and you have done it. You have done it for me. I learned something this weekend. So should we go on to what? We'll go on. We'll go on. This is what. So, well, I came here hoping to learn something, and I did. I learned to how to kiki. And the flax plant, and where I live, I have a big flax plant outside my door, and it's the weaving. Now these, is there harakiki in these panels, I would presume, on the side? Kiki.
And harakiki.
Ah, see, everything here.
You'll get there, Laura.
I'll get there with the language. I'm going to pin this on you. We're going to walk over here. Ada was my fearless leader. And where we have a few little bits sitting here. Oh, the ceiling was painted in these beautiful primary colors to inspire children to love nature. And I love the mixing of this sort of primitive art with this, ancient tradition. And should we sit down or should we stand up?
Whatever you're comfortable
with. Let's sit right here on the floor. Okay, so I came to this marae and I learned to make this incredible little flower. And this flower is a blessing to me. Now, anytime I'm on the side of the road or bored or need money or food, I can get my little pocket knife, because I carry one, and I can cut a piece of flax after thanking and getting the proper piece of flax, because you don't just cut any flax. And I can make a flower for myself and my friends. So when you pick up the big flax, you have to de-spine it, which she's already done, Ada, and then you can start folding it and weaving it. And there's a bit of, what do you call it when you run the knife across the back? Harpene, and that is
to soften.
To soften. And so you take the back of the blade and you use the shiny side. See, I've learned so much I can teach you all. I can harpene, and you don't use the blade, you use the back of the blade, and you use the shiny side of the flax, and you just break its back. I don't know if you'd say that, but, and you can and you strip it like that, and that makes it, see how it's gone pliable like a ribbon. And now we can make just the basic, simplest little rose. And so I feel like for years I wanted to do this, but I know it takes some time to prepare the flax, and I've never had an opportunity to do it. And here I sit.
It was so awesome, Laura.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. I love Wananga. I love the vibe of learning, people, their excitement, watching as you teach someone to weave a simple rose, and the excitement and joy when they get it, and when they make that first rose. But while you're doing that, you're talking to each other, and you're learning about each other, and you're giving and receiving. It's a reciprocal thing. Possibly at schools you can't do it because you haven't got that time, but Wananga you can. And it doesn't matter if you're just a new beginner like Laura or a seasoned hand. It always hits everybody the same way. We all, like Eric says, all stand on the same ground with 2 feet. There's no levels. And Laura was she's a breath of fresh air. For anyone out there that hasn't met her, you're missing out on the most wonderful character.
Well, I want to say something nice about you.
Oh.
When I said I was going to do the show, I asked Ada if she would be on the show, and she said, "Oh no, And here you are, and so I really appreciate you being brave. I was brave to come, because I was afraid to come to this teaching, because I was afraid that I wasn't going to be polite enough, or that I wouldn't be able to learn, or that, I don't know, that somebody might make me feel awkward because I was Pakeha, not Maori, and none of that happened. I was welcomed, and there was the intergenerationalness of this
Wananga. You'll get
it. There were children here, elders, and everyone had something to teach, and we were fed the most amazing food. And I have to say, it kind of reminds me of a music festival where everybody gets together and they give, they perform, and the music festivals I go to, we have little teachings too. And you spend the nights and you eat together.
It's that same kind of vibe though, eh? It's the learning, the sharing, the giving, you know, and you really can't beat it as a way to teach. I've heard many people say, you know, they've learnt more in the 2 days they've been here than in the last 6 months, and that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
But what I love though is Laura learnt how to make her rose, and then like not long after that I'm watching her teaching someone what she had just learnt. So, you know, as a teacher, that's wow. You know, I cracked it.
Yeah, you did it.
I cracked it.
I cracked the flower and she cracked the teaching, and here we are.
And here we are, and it's just, I mean, for rāranga, which is flax weaving, the flower is the beginning, the very beginning. It was a basic rāranga, but I wanted to show them the possibilities as well, you know, get them to smell it, to touch it, to taste it, you know, and to get a love of it, because we have harakeke growing all throughout this country and on the sides of the roads, and you know, and you might be going somewhere and you need a bouquet, you need a little bag, you need a bowl, and there it is, right there on the side of the road. Wow, see, just like that.
Just like that. And then I learned a way to, I'm not going to do it right this second, but I learned a four-plait, a way to,
that's right,
to tidy up your rose. And it's like, yay. And so this is something that you have given me, Ada. Besides being on the show when you said you didn't want to be, you've given me this, and I can take it with me and I can share it with others. And
that's right.
Thank you so much.
And that's another part of the Wananga. What you learn at Wananga, it's not yours, it's yours to share, to pass on. So I feel sure that you're going to be showing plenty of people how to make roses and other things that you learn.
Yeah. And so, do we have anything else we want to say to the world?
Be safe out there. I know it's scary in a lot of the countries. Aotearoa is paradise. So I'm just thinking about all those other countries and all you other people out there. Be safe, look after each other, and do no harm.
Do no harm. Yep.
Ka kite.
And I will say to everybody, do things that frightened you. After we had a big circle after the weekend, and people got up and spoke about their experiences here. And 2 or 3 people talked about how they were afraid to come, including myself. But we made ourselves do it. And people took on projects that they had never done anything that big before. And you spoke on the show, even though it was a little frightening for you. And I think out there, if there's something that's scaring you a little bit, go ahead, push yourself just a teeny bit in a nice way. Okay, we're going to leave you with that. It says finish video on there. Can you push it?
Bye.